customer service, keeping track of your current customers, generating new leads, and then just organization in general are three things that you need to focus on a little bit more. So if you don't mind, I'm going to open NetSuite real quick, and I'm going to show you sort of the benefits that it has to offer to your company, and then sort of show you how it can meet your needs. So I'll start with organization just because that's sort of a general sort of just thing you have to have for your company. So on the activities tab, you see that you have the events, tasks, phone calls, calendar, and activity list.
Oh,
this
calendar,
is a great
yes.
way. So this is a cloud-based system, as I mentioned before. So that means every single one of your employees can access it at any point in time from any sort of device that is connected to the internet. So they have access to the calendar. They can see what phone calls you're making, what tasks that you've set up for them, and then what events you're planning. The events can be your different moves. So it's a great way for everybody to sort of stay on the same page and see what's going on. So that way no information is ever lost in the spaces in between. That is one of the features of organization that it has, but really this whole software is just sort of making your company a lot more organized. So moving to leads, so we have leads and opportunities, and you can do this, and so you can sort of generate lead reports, and you can put everything in a common place for everybody to see, and then you can go to opportunities. So what opportunities have you made? And like I said, you open these reports, and you can figure out what sales rep is what sales rep are generating the most opportunities, and are they closing on those, and you really can see sort of who's
doing what,
who's doing the business, who's driving who's driving $7 million in revenue that y'all had last year.
I mean, I hope all my employees are doing that, but if there are employees that aren't, that's definitely hurting. I need to take care of my employees and make sure that my sales reps are doing their jobs.
So in addition to generating new leads and just being able to keep track of sort of who you've talked to and who's interested, you also have this awesome benefit of being able to forecast. So if you go down here to forecast reports, and you can do forecast quota by department, by class, by location, by sales rep, so you can figure out what area of the country do you need to be focusing your efforts in? What area is driving the majority of your business? What sales rep is driving the majority of your business? What kind of move is driving? Is it residential? Is it commercial? Is it long distance? You can sort of you're going to have a great you're going to be able to keep track of what your past records are, but you're also going to be able to see what's
going to happen,
what's projected for you in the future.
And so that's one of the hardest things for me to figure out, because I don't know who's going to do what when, because I've never had any reports to be able to figure out that information.
So your supplies won't necessarily be as much of an issue, because you'll have a much better understanding of what you need to have in your warehouses going forward, how many trucks you need to have operating, because you'll have a good, these forecasts are pretty accurate, so you're going to have a great understanding of what that looks like. And then lastly, I want to focus on your customers, your current customers, so maintaining those current relationships. So you have a customer service tab here with cases, and you can open that, and that's going to take you to this page here, where you can see the different sort of events that have happened or incidents that have happened, and you can they're ordered in number of order of priority. The status is it in progress, has it been solved? So you can really sort of keep track of.
So I won't lose the customers that I haven't responded to.
Maybe one of your movers broke something, and somebody filed a report, but it got lost in the paperwork, and you missed an email. And so you may have lost that customer, where now you can have your mover file it on this software, and then you can go and access it and make sure it's taken care of.
And call that customer immediately and make sure that that's replaced, because I don't want to lose that customer.
Exactly. And also under this tab, you have your current relationships, your marketing. You're able to figure out sort of exactly how you should be marketing to the current customers that you have. Your sales campaigns here, where are they working? How are they doing? How many customers have you generated from them? Again, this whole software is really just about organization and keeping you just sort of on top of the game and sort of ahead of the times. But that sort of takes care of the benefits that we have for your specific problems. Like I said, this is all-inclusive package. It can run your entire business, so if it covers the whole, whether it's the costs and revenues of your business, we can monitor that. The whole financial aspect of your business, it does as well. But what I showed you today was sort of more the customer relationship management piece of that. But does that sound like something you might be interested in?
It sounds too good to be true.
Okay.
So now I have to ask you, how much does it cost?
So we are a subscription-based company, meaning that you pay per employee per month. So it is $129.99 per employee, and at 26 employees, you are going to look at about $3,300 a month and $40,000 a year, I believe.
Wow, 40,000?
So that sounds like a lot, and I know that with $7 million in revenue, 40,000 is still a large chunk of change, especially
I
at
just
your
don't have
current rates.
40,000 lying around.
At your current rates, that's going to be a ton of moves that you're going to have to do. So I understand how much money that is to you, but based on my current customer base and what I've seen working with companies, we usually see a 3 to 5% growth rate in companies that are around your size. And
that's guaranteed?
It's not a guarantee, and we don't have a money back or anything like that. But like I said, that is what is projected, what is projected, and that's been seen time and time again. So that's what we sort of bank on. And like I said, that's for companies very similar to one like yourself. So at a 3 to 5% growth, at $7 million in revenue, you're going at 3%. You're going to look at $210,000 in increased revenue.
Wow. Okay.
And at 5%, you're going to be looking at $350,000 in increased revenue. So that would be a 520% return on your investment. And a lot of that, I know that it's insane. It's great.
I mean, it seems too good to be true.
And a lot of that is just due to increased efficiency. So you're going to be able to allocate so much more of your time to the priorities that you need to, and your customers are going to be able to stay up to date on the tasks that they need to. Like I said, everybody's going to be so much more organized and be able to stay on the same page. There's no more, calling into the office, figuring out where you need to move next. You forgot an address, or all of that is on this one software that they can access from their phone. So it keeps you, being able to focus on calling new customers, because I saw, the owners call all the customers and make sure they're doing all right. So it keeps you focused on that, and it keeps your other workers focused on the task that they need to. So it's really going to increase your efficiency, as I mentioned before. The great news is training is included in that price that I gave you. So
is training, because this seems like a very complicated package, is it easy to use?
NetSuite is very easy to use, as you see. All your tabs are right here across the top, and then you have your home page, your favorite. You can even create shortcuts over here, and that sort of allows you to navigate through the system.
Okay, so customize it towards my business.
So then not only is it simple to use, but you can make it even more simple. If there's different things on here that you don't feel like you would use very often, then you don't necessarily have to see those all the time or navigate around them. But
absolutely, yeah.
And training is very quick. We'll have somebody out here in the next couple of days, if you want, obviously. And training I think takes about a week. So we could have you up and running very quickly. And I know we're right here, sort of towards the end of spring, but we have a bunch of college students who are looking to move out, and I know a bunch of other people looking to move during summer. So I think that the sooner you get on this, the better, just because you don't want to lose any more customers, and you want to make sure that you're keeping track of the customers that you've already had. So and as well as generate more leads. So
well, I'm very interested. If we can meet, I have a little bit more free time tomorrow. I would like to really look into these numbers to make sure that that's something that I can afford. Okay. Because we do a lot of revenue, but that doesn't mean that I'm ready to sink this big of a cost.
Yeah, so there's obviously several other owners. If you want any of them to meet with me tomorrow as well,
that would be really good. Yeah, I'd love them to see what you have to offer. Yeah.
Great. Well, how does noon? You want to do a lunch tomorrow?
More so about 1.
Great.
We have an event around 11:30, so I'll be back in the office around 1, and we can have the owners meet and hash out all the details, and ideally we could sign an agreement if they're okay with it.
Well, Andy, it was awesome to meet you.
Thank you. Good to meet
Look
you
forward
too.
to seeing you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.